So we're here at a Back to the Future location that we haven't discovered before. So this is actually Twin Pines Ranch. So when Marty actually escapes from the barn, he's going to drive over here. The Twin Pines Ranch sign was just right back there on that fence. You can match up the shot with the power line. I'll show a comparison photo, but power lines are there, the mountainscape is still there, and then he drives the DeLorean all the way out here and goes all the way down this road. So Space Bastard goes this way. So based on the shots, we think that the Twin Pines Ranch sign was right here, and supposedly Old Man Peabody lives all the way down there, but it's actually a very quick shot. So it was actually from the Golden Oak Ranch was the Peabody farm, so this is just the driveway coming out, and he goes all the way down there. So we're out here at Oxnard, California, and we are at a rare location. So this is actually Hilldale from Back to the Future Part 3. So the sign would have been over here, Marty and Jennifer would come up here and he'd say, this is where we're going to live eventually. And then of course there's that whole scene with Needles where they are going to race. And that Rolls Royce was going to come right out of there. So they'll take the truck, they're going to race down there with the Rolls Royce. So this is Hill Valley in Back to the Future Part 3. So we're continuing in Oxnard today. We're just at the Hilldale location. We're actually here at the train track, so this is the end of Part 3. Marty comes back from 1885. He's going to be rolling down the tracks right along here. Back there along those fences was where the Hilldale sign was, so I'll show comparison shot just to show you. And he rolls all the way down here in this DeLorean. He's still wearing his Clint Eastwood attire. And sure enough, down here, right at the end is where the train comes from. And he's going to pull up here, and unfortunately the DeLorean gets destroyed here for Part 3. So Back to the Future Part 3, train tracks location. This is another small part of the movie, but Marty's truck was actually parked here, so if you remember, he goes to get Jennifer from her house, brings her right up here so you can see that in the shot, and then they come around here over to this clearing where the DeLorean is destroyed, and then eventually Doc's going to come down here. He's going to come back from 1885 with Claire and the boys, and the rest of the scenes are right here. So this is the end of Back to the Future Part 3.
Particularly, one of my favorite shots in the entire trilogy is the opening, not the opening shot, but it's an early shot in Part 3, where it's Marty bringing Doc into the house, and it's just this wide shot of the Gamble house, and you guys use the Vista Glide to kind of do a couple passes so that you see the sun essentially rising in one shot, which is kind of impossible to, now that you can, like you said, you click, you do it on CGI, but at that time, can you tell us a little bit about that, or any other favorite story that you have about the Gamble house filming here?
Well, I was born and raised in Alhambra, which is just across the border of Pasadena. And to get across the border, you need paperwork now, just to warn you. But Pasadena was always an iconic place. My mother would go shopping up here on Colorado. My father loved the history of Los Angeles. They came from Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. And my father always took us places. And one of the places we went, not infrequently, was the Gamble house. And it was fascinating to me because I got involved in creativity and architecture. And the architecture here with the brick and the post and beam and the pegs and all of that stuff. It's so iconic that it made a huge impression on me when I was even just a kid, 10, 12 years old. And over a period of time, I visited several times, of course. So I was very pleased and delighted when they said Doc Brown's house happens to be the Gamble house. And I said, how did he afford that? No, I didn't. I wasn't that naive. So this particular house has always been such a great image of a time gone. You look at it in the movie and you say, oh, that's a house or a building of the past. And Doc Brown lives in the past. So it was such a wise choice, I think, to choose this house as an image of where Doc Brown lived. And like I say, we then shot at Blacker House also, the interiors, and it became. And I remember driving around that neighborhood where my father drove us, looking at all these old houses that he was fascinated by with. So it was a great experience to be able to shoot the night exterior of Marty arriving here at such an iconic place.
Riverside Drive, you know? Dr. Emmett Brown lives here?
He does.
Doc!
Don't say a word. Come this way.
Wait, Doc, what?
I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know anything about you.
Doc, it's me, Marty.
Wait, you've come from a great city, a great distance?
Yeah, exactly.
No. You want me to buy a subscription to the Saturday Evening Post?
No.
No, not a word now. Donation. You want me to make a donation to the Coast Guard Youth Auxiliary?
Doc, I'm from the future. I came here in a time machine that you invented. Now I need your help to get back to the year 1985.
God. Do you know what this means? It means that this damn thing doesn't work at all.
Doc, listen, I need your help. You're the only one who knows how your time machine works.
Time machine? I haven't invented any time machine.
Okay, alright, I'll prove it to you. My driver's license. Look at this. Expires 1987. Look at my birthday, for crying out loud. I haven't even been born yet. Look at this photo. My brother, my sister, and me. Look at her sweatshirt, Doc. Classic 1984.
What sort of fake photographic paper cut off your brother's hair?
Tell me the truth, Doc. You gotta believe.
So tell me, future boy, who's president of the United States in 1985?
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan! Huh! The actor? Who's vice president? Jerry Lewis!
Wait, what? Doc!
Paul Street Washington is the first lady!
Doc, wait!
Betty must be secretary of the Treasury!
Doc, you gotta listen to me!
I have no time for practical jokes this evening! Good night, future boy!
Doc, come on, Doc, the bruise in your head. I know it happened. You told me the whole story. You were standing on your toilet and you fell, and you hit your head on the sink, and that's when you came up with the idea for the flux capacitor, which is what makes time travel possible.
The flux capacitor?
Yeah, Doc. It's right over there. Something wrong with the starter, so I left it in the driveway.
After I fell off my toilet, I drew this.
It's the flux capacitor. It's right there.
It works! Ha ha! It works! I finally invent something that works!
Bet your ass it works.
We've got to sneak this all the way back to my laboratory. We've got to get you home!
Okay, Doc, look at this. Wait. Look at this right here.
Look at me! I'm an old man! Thank God I still have my hair! And what on earth is this thing I'm wearing?
Oh, it's radiations.
Radiations. Of course. From all the fallout of the atomic wars. And this is truly amazing. A portable television studio. No wonder your president has to be an actor. He has to look good on television.
Okay, Doc, wait. This is the part coming up right here.
What did I just say? 1.21 gigawatts! 1.21 gigawatts. Great Scott!
What the hell's a gigawatt? Stop! Wait! Stop! What are you waiting for? Come on!
How could I have been so careless? 1.21 gigawatts! Tom, how am I going to produce that kind of power? It can't be done! Can't!
Doc, all we need is a little plutonium.
I would imagine in 1985, plutonium is sold at every corner drugstore. But in 1955, it's a little hard to come by. Marty, I'm sorry, I'm afraid you're stuck here.
Whoa, wait, Doc, stuck here? I can't be stuck here. I've got a life in 1985. Doc, I've got a girl. Is she pretty? Doc, she's beautiful. And she's crazy about it. Hold on, look what she wrote here. Look at this. That says it all.
Marty, I'm sorry, but the only power source capable of producing 1.21 gigawatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning!
Wait, what did you say?
A bolt of lightning! Unfortunately, you never know when or where it's ever gonna strike.
You do now.
This is it! This is the answer! It says here that a bolt of lightning will strike the clock tower at precisely 10:04 p.m. this Saturday night! If we could somehow harness this lightning, channel it into the flux capacitor, it just might work. Next Saturday night, we're sending you back to the future!
Okay, all right. Saturday's good. Saturday's good. I can spend the week in 1955. We can hang out. You can show me around.
Marty, that is completely out of the question. You must not leave this house. You must not see anybody or talk to anybody. Anything you do could have serious repercussions on future events. Do you understand?
Yeah. You sure? Okay.
Marty, have you interacted with anyone else today besides me?
I ran into my parents.
Great Scott! Let me see that photograph again of your brother. Just as I thought. This proves my theory. Look at your brother.
Doc, his head's gone. It's like he's been erased.
Erased.
I'm just...
Just noticing all these people here on my property. Is that odd or peculiar to you in any way whatsoever?
Just a little bit. You said I wasn't supposed to interact with anybody.
That's true. It includes these 23 people here. They're multiplying by the moment.
That was a really quick count. I was about to say about 20.
It's all up here. Scientist math. Real quick. 5 minus 4, carry the 1.
I thought this damn thing didn't work. Though.
Oh, this does it. But I'm a left side brain person.
How about a ride, mister?
Well, Jennifer, man, are you a selfish man? Look at you.
Marty, you're acting like you haven't seen me for a week. Are you okay? Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah. Everything is great.
And scene.
There's Biff out there waxing it up right now. Now, Biff, I told you to do 2 coats of wax this time, not just 1.
Just finishing up the second coat right now.
Now, Biff, don't con me.
I'm sorry, Mr. McFly. I was just starting on the second coat.
Yeah, that's Biff. What a character. Always trying to get away with something.
So we're over here at the Lyon Estates gates, and if you remember, Marty comes here on his skateboard. He's going to turn that corner and disconnect from the car. The gates are right there. This is actually a few blocks away from the actual McFly house, so it's pretty interesting that they chose this, but it's really not very far away. So we're here at Jennifer's house today. This is actually our first time here. We're here on a tour with our From the Future group. This is in part 2. The first time you see it is Marty and Doc take Jennifer here. She's passed out from the future. She goes on the swing there. It's 1985A. There's bars on the windows, which Marty notices, and then they're going to come back here to pick her up in part 3. And then they go and see the wrecked DeLorean, of course. So Jennifer's house right here today. So we noticed a little movie magic happening on the street. So actually when Doc, Marty, and Jennifer return from the future, they're flying in, obviously. There's all kinds of lampposts along the street in the shot, so I'll show it for comparison. They're not actually here, but we know that that's because it's the model flying in and then they have to do a quick change to have the driving DeLorean. You can see all these houses in the background but no lampposts, so interesting movie magic right here near Jennifer's house. So we're continuing our way through Hill Valley. This is Mr. Strickland's house right here. It is decorated for Halloween. There are some skulls and bones on the porch. That's not him though. And then if you just swing all the way over here, there's the Hill Valley Gym. That's where the dance is supposed to be. In 1985, it's burning down, but we're gonna keep going in there now.
You see on the left-hand side that fountain that's right there. That's the same fountain that's in that picture.
This is almost never open, but that's where Marty jumps down, and you can see it's a really long drop down there. And this is where Biff would be with his liquor. Hey Biff, what are you doing right now? I hope you're not drinking tonight.
It's not my homework because I'm not at home.
Aw, slacker.
I wouldn't know. I don't know what liquor smells like.
So if you remember, these are the doors from Back to the Future 2. So Marty is going to come out, the first Marty from the first movie, knock out the second Marty who's here looking through the window, and then Biff is going to have the confrontation with him about being chicken and whatnot. These doors right here at Hilldale High School. So we're over here in the Back to the Future cafeteria, and if you remember, this is where Marty talks to George, and he thinks that his stories aren't good enough and whatnot. And then there's obviously the paper airplane and the whole thing with Strickland and Biff and whatnot. So this all happened here. This building is a new one from the movie, but we're still in the same exact location. Yay! Oh no!
Yes!
Oh god!
Bravo! Well done, well done. What would you say?
Honestly,
I say that as somebody who produces for digital content like that, but yeah, that is actually a path. But it's we want to talk about that. What would you say? Because that's so. When I was a kid, right? I love movies. I love filmmaking. I wanted to be a filmmaker, and I could tell you, this is what a director does. I'm talking, this is what a writer does. This is what, and then people would say, "What does the producer do?" And I'm like, I don't know. They get the money, they make the film. I have no idea. And then now that I'm in it, when I produce something, I do digital web series and sketches and stuff like that, and I'll produce it, write it, and direct it. And I don't know where the line is, but I can tell you what I did as a producer. I can't always tell you what I did as a director. For me, the role of the producer is a lot more defined to me because you just have to get the thing done. So how would you describe for people what a producer does? Like for me, the number one thing is problem solver. But what would you say as a job of the producer?
It is. I mean, problem solving is the key. The other is trying to ultimately create an atmosphere where everyone, the director and the cast, the cinematographer, they can all find sort of peace so they can focus on creating the movie.
Yeah.
Right? So you're kind of like a shortstop, you're catching the line drives, you're picking up the hot grounders, and so you're trying to keep all that away from what I would call the creative team. You're trying to create that environment. In order to do that, you kind of have to know everything, right? So you have to know what the script is, what's the director's point of view on it. What do the actors need to know? You'll talk to a producer who worked with an actor that you're thinking about using. So you have to kind of understand that. You kind of have to sort of anticipate any potential problem, and that's the hardest thing to do because you don't know that you need to think about something until you get burned from some other movie.
Yeah.
Right. So you start to understand that. So you start to go, well, so the prop man comes up to you the day you're supposed to shoot some sequence and tells you he doesn't have the prop that's you're doing that day. You go, well, why are you telling me now? If you told me 2 days ago, I could probably have solved the problem, but now you're asking me to go tell the director that he doesn't have the prop that he needs for today's shoot. So then we have to then figure out, well, can we shoot it and then just pretend that the actor has it in their hand, and then do an insert of it, the hand holding that later on. But you have to sort of learn to anticipate, whatever can go wrong will go wrong. And you just kind of have to know that. So, in the simplest way of thinking of a producer, obviously there's the money and all that part of it, but the simplest thing is you ask the questions as a producer, and the director answers the questions.
Yes.
Right? So, how many extras do we need in this scene? I need 50. Well, we can only afford 25. Can you do? You know what I'm saying? But that's kind of how.
Get double costumes.
Yes, that's kind of how. Or shoot this side of the room, right? And you don't see over here, and then we'll shoot over. Do a shot. Over here, and it's the same people. We've just taken the people in the front row and put them in the back row, and the back row up to the front. That kind of thing. And so, but so you're constantly asking questions.
Yeah.
Right, and people are coming to you with problems. You're asking questions, but that's kind of what it is. It's an all-encompassing thing. And for me, I know there are lots of producers who they don't go to the set. They're in their office, do all the hotel, depending whatever it is that you're doing. But for me, there's nothing that's going to happen in my office or nothing that's going to happen in a hotel that needs my attention. So for me, being on the set is the key, because that's where all the action is. That's where all the questions arise, and that's where, for me, I need to be as a producer.
Okay.
So they shot the skate scene in the daytime, and Michael J. Fox was shooting Family Ties. So I did not get the chance to meet him as much as I would have liked, but I was very happy when he mentioned my name on the Larry King show when he was interviewed. So that felt really, really good. And of course, what he's done since with the research of bringing in money for Parkinson's is unbelievable, admirable, and just what a guy, what a team he has. It's just a human being that's like one of a kind.
Yeah, very special guy, very energetic and focused about the work when he was on set, but still a lot of fun. Yeah.
Didn't you have a story about that? You went up to talk to him and you thought he had given you the cold shoulder, but was it you that had that story, or was it somebody else? It was somebody else. Sorry. They thought that Michael had been rude, but he was just distracted, and then he came back and apologized. But yeah.
Yeah, no, he was very kind to me.
Okay.
And we, did a couple little skateboard tricks while we were waiting to shoot the scene and stuff. And, really nice guy.
And Charlie?
What's your question?
Oh, just a story and experience with Michael, that you can share with us.
So, Mike. Mike and I became friends the moment we met, and that friendship has continued to this day. Mike and I kind of think a lot. We move very similarly. So we would just, it was super, with Mike, everything was really easy, which made, everything that we did. When you make a movie like this, especially this one, there's a really fine coordination between all of the elements, which is all of the people, and all the people that do the parts that they play, whatever part that may be. So no one person, I think, really can take credit for one particular thing, because it's really it's a culmination of a lot of different people's involvement. And with Mike was always very gracious. He didn't have an attitude. He doesn't have an attitude. He's as down to earth as they get. He had this just phenomenal success with Family Ties, and then was thrown into this thing. He didn't say no. He said yes. He didn't read the script. He was just ready to go, and he's always had that positive, force, driving forward force to him to just, it was never with Mike. Ne's just super positive. And that goes right to the Parkinson's, dealing with that as well. Mm-hmm. He's never stopped and said, "I can't do this. I'm going to do this," is what he said. I'm going to make my way through it, whatever that means. He's always super, super confident, and that made our jobs, so much easier, because he was so easy to work with, and understanding and cooperative and we all got to work together. He wasn't a prima donna. He wasn't the spoiled actor or anything like that. He was just a normal guy that grew up in Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
So I kind of had a question about some of these stunts and the skateboarding as well. Like, is it varying levels of difficulty to get ready, especially when you had to involve Michael? Like you had said, Bobby, you were kind of the taste tester. So for something like where, Michael has to jump off of Biff's casino, right, which is maybe a little simpler than like falling down the hill in part 3 and hitting the fence. Is there a different level of like difficulty in trying to prep Michael to do some of this stuff too? Or like cutting from Michael to do the sequence? I'm sorry if that's not clear.
No, it makes perfect sense.
Okay.
So,
Okay,
when I was doubling Mike, I thought like Mike, I moved like Mike, I studied all of his little weird intricacies, how he held his fingers, everything else, how he responded to, how he spins around, everything. So that when, you use the fence as an example, when he tumbles down the hill. So Mike runs up the top of the hill, we do a piece on him, then I got on top of the hill and I tumbled down the hill.
Right.
Bob Z wanted it in one, to put my head through the fence at the same, all in the entire run.
Yeah.
Which I did, and then Mike comes in and steps into it. There were many, many times when Mike did his own stunts, but he and I would review exactly what it was. Bob Z would tell us what he wanted, and then Mike and I would discuss it, and then he and I would go through the entire thing, like the hoverboards. We did that quite a bit, putting him up on the board, telling him what not to do, how not to land on the hoverboard, and have a leg on either side. That's not a good idea. But we always worked together and through these things, and he's physically so capable that it was easy. Sometimes I'd have to go, Mike, you can't do that. Get killed.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh.
And Perry, you said that you didn't work with Michael. You were usually shooting once he was done, or did you get a chance to work with him on set?
I did not work with him on the set on the town square. It was just second AD and me doing it. And
Could you maybe talk?
Part.
Sorry, could you maybe talk about like what was the most difficult skateboard
absolutely.
sequence?
So the absolute simplest part is there's one part where Marty jumps over a bush. That was easy. The only thing that was hard and dangerous was when after the papers fly and you turn around and you see the car coming rushing towards you.
Right.
So you have to do what's called a 180 slide on the skateboard. And it's very easy that you don't make the slide all the way 180 to be able to grab the hood and then be able to be pushed into the corner of that street. That was the only thing that was where your heart started because even if you're a good skateboarder, you don't know if the driver is going to drive too fast because he would clip me and I'd be going to the car.
Yeah.
So that was the only part that was, in my opinion, like, that was a little scary. So yeah, and those are things like Michael ain't doing none of those because that's way too high risk.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Did you end up working on any other films after Back to the Future?
I did not. They brought me in for some consulting on the hoverboards. I worked on a couple articles explaining a little bit. And hoverboard was obviously something in the future. So
yeah.
Not for a while.
Take notice of that.
Okay.
And that's what I did. I started to copy him. So when you're acting out a particular scene, I watch him act that thing out, and what does he do going into that particular part? Did you all catch Michael J. Fox?
Yeah.
So I had people on the hard way. Actually. When we did the hard way, I don't know if you're all familiar with it. We were climbing on a giant billboard in Times Square, right? And I was climbing all over the thing. Mike was, we brought Mike up there. We fashioned, we harnessed him off. And we had him climbing around on it also. But the day after we shot that, the producer came back and said, I don't know what you guys are doing, but I can't tell who's who. That thing. So we accomplished our goal. Yeah. So I mean, I think if you see me walk down the road and you know what Mike looks walking down the road, you'll go, yeah, no, I see it. You know, I get that. But that's what it's about for a double, because you can't see my face. I have to tell the story with my body.
Yeah.
And I have to do everything I can to make you believe. So if Mike goes through something, Mike was very, he's got like his twitch muscles were really fast. You know, he's an amazing athletic actor, or movement actor, in that everything that he does is, I don't know how to explain it. It's like when he's in his mom's room and he's putting on his pants and he's trying to go through that thing, and then it's very physical, but very animated, extremely animated.
Yeah.
And there he was rigid. So the way he went over, he was very rigid. So if I was doing something, I had to do that same thing.
Yeah.
Or get a sense of what he was going to do. Get in his head. See if he's scared. See if he's happy. See if he's like, oh shit, I don't want to be here. And that I had to carry that in my body.
Yeah.
You know, my body language. So, does that help any?
Yes.
All right, so we're here with Katie Cable, and we're at the Twin Pines Mall today just doing some signatures. So Katie, do you want to let the viewers know what you did for Back to the Future and any memories that you had of filming?
Well, this might help.
Oh yeah.
And if you remember the film, it starts out as the Twin Pines Mall, and then he goes back in time, crashes into our barn, and on his way of escaping, he runs over one of my father's pine trees, and when he comes back, it's the Lone Pine Mall, and technically this is my mall.
Oh, that's right. So you inherited it.
I would have inherited it, and it's not doing too well right now.
Yeah.
But, other than today. So, yes, I have a lot of fun memories because we had stand-ins that did all the lights and all the long-term setups. So, I got to hang out and play cards and have fun with Michael Fox while the stand-ins were standing under the hot lights and doing all of the long, intensive labor for the short scenes. And I actually worked on the film for about a week. There were a lot of scenes that were deleted, but that we do own this mall in the future, and
that would have been cool to see that.
Very wealthy family, and that
exactly, in honor of you. Yes,
and that the farmer is a little bit nutso because he's saying he saw an alien, and nobody believes that. So yeah, some fun stuff, and I just showed up to set, and they would hand me the scenes we were doing. So I had no idea what a phenomenal film, or all of the how it was all put together until I actually went to the screening.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, what a great week, and happy 40th.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for everything.
This is my little Bubba, my
Martin
to the
I didn't know there was
She's
a dog.
camera shy.
Oh, so cute.
I didn't even hear him.
Look at this. It's the Peabody baby.
Yes, I work with a lot of rescue pets now.
Already.
And
Look
this
at
is little Black Olive. She is a rescue from Coachella.
Yeah.
That is going to be about 11 years old next month.
Oh, she's lovely.
So she's helping me out, my therapy dog.
What a good baby. Yeah.
She's napping until dinner time.
Gotta wait for the food.
Yeah.
Thank you, Katie.
So nice to meet you both.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for everything.
Meeting you this week.
All right, we're here at the Twin Pines Mall. This is Johnny Green right here, and I just want to ask you, Johnny, who you played in the movie, and if you had any memories to share for us.
I played Scooter Kid #1. So I was the kid that Michael took the scooter from, turned it into a skateboard.
Yeah.
And it was just great working with the cast and the crew. And it's an honor to be part of a timeless film.
I was going to ask, is this the actual board right here?
No, this is a reproduction.
Okay.
I tried to get the original board, but they let me take it home for a day, then they would bring it back. So yeah, it didn't work out.
Well, that's still really cool. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And it's a little weird.
I was shocked.
So we're here at Twin Pines Mall tonight, and as you can see, it's super crazy. There's all kinds of people here and booths and time machines and all kinds of good stuff. Doc Brown's truck's over there. We're going to take you down there in just a little bit. Yeah! Progress is his middle name. Yes. All the extraterrestrials. There's a gremlin. Yeah. Here it comes.
It's almost like you're at work.
Yeah, a little bit.
I heard that all summer.
I know. Woo! Oh yeah. In the front seat.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
Oops. Bye. Oh yeah. It's like a car parade. Woo!
Timeline has just gone completely nuts.
We got home at 3 o'clock in the morning. And all the details showed up at 7 p.m.
Good.
Do you know, it's obscure. Do you guys want to guess what I am and who I got hostages?
Here it comes. Oh my. Wow.
Okay, let's take a picture right here.
Okay.
Photo booth, sure.
Whoa, whoa.
Basically passing.
Do it. Go, Marty. Woo! Yeah. Here we go. You did it. So all the Martys are just falling down the hill in line. They're all tumbling down the hill. There they go.
First, come here. I'll show you how it works. First, turn the time so it gets on. This readout shows you where you're going. This one shows you where you are. This one shows you where you were. You input your destination point on this keypad. Say you want to see the sign and Declaration of Independence, or witness the birth of Christ. Here's a red letter date in the history of science. November 5th, 1955. Yes, of course, November 5th, 1955. That was the day I invented time travel. I remember it vividly. I was standing on my toilet, hanging a clock. The porcelain was wet. I slipped, hit my head on the edge of the sink. And that's when I came up with the idea for the flex capacitor. It's taken me almost 30 years, my entire family fortune to realize the vision of that day. My God, has it been that long? Things have suddenly changed around here. I remember when this was all farmland as far as the eye could see. Old man Peabody owned all of this. Had this crazy idea about breeding pine trees. Hey, keep rolling there. No. This sucker's electrical. I need a nuclear reaction suit to generate the 1.21 gigawatts of electricity I need.
How is a gigawatt?
Too close up? Did you say gigawatt or gigawatt?
Gigajig.
A gigajig? Do a gigajig right now, in front of everybody. Let's see. Better than I expected.
You filled the car.